All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. What's up?
Man.
What's going on?
Sunday morning, bright and early.
The only thing missing is the bagels and coffee.
That's true. I was going to bring them, but then I didn't.
We're here at the crack of 11:45.
It's almost high noon.
David had to get out of bed early to be here.
Yeah. Boy, am I feeling it.
Woo, baby. That's one of my lines I use with the kids downstairs. When they come into work and they look all sleepy.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what happened? You got up at the crack of 9?
Crack of 9. Perfect.
It's funny. They don't laugh as hard as I do.
It's crazy.
Weird.
It might be because you're calling them out on a reality.
They walk past me and they're like, fucking old man.
He probably gets up at 6.
Yeah, he's such a dad. That was one of my dad's favorite lines. Was whenever I would come downstairs, like in the summertime and stuff, when you're a kid and you're lazy, and he'd be like, I've already been to the post office and the grocery store and read the paper, and and I'm like, okay. So what?
It would not surprise me if Papa Ketchum didn't still text you that.
Yes.
every day.
We're trying to get him. I was recently home.
Yeah.
And my parents came to Lidditz to visit and to see Kayla, who, by the way, completed another triathlon.
Congratulations.
Oh my God,
so cool.
So proud of her. Anyway, they came to see her, and then we drove to Philly and visited with Marley Bear.
Whoa.
Saw her beautiful new apartment.
Nice.
Had a lovely dinner together, or like a late lunch, or whatever you want to call it. It was great. And then I drove my folks back to Brooklyn. And it was super great. And wait, why did I start telling this story?
Well, I think you were just trying to brag about how I must be the only person left who hasn't seen Kayla's apartment.
Right. The reason why I was telling this story is because you reminded me, my dad doesn't text, but he is on Snapchat.
Oh.
And I tried to get my mom on Snapchat. And it's coming along. She can reply with a comment. Like when I snap her a picture, she'll reply with like a word, but I haven't quite gotten her to be able to like snap a picture and send it over. And it's pretty funny.
It's only a matter of time till the pictures of like whatever, she's not like a real picture, but she's trying to comment. It's like just a purse.
Well, what she did was she took a picture with her phone and then texted it to me. And then said, I can't quite get the Snapchat to work, but I'm trying, something along those lines. Snapchat is great. Like, obviously it's super fun for your friends and all this kind of stuff, just to be goofy, but it's also like a great intergenerational thing.
I don't use it.
Like, I send a snap to my folks, to my dad, and I know he opens them and appreciates them. I send Snapchats to my dad every single day, and I get Snapchats from my kids every single day.
Awesome.
And I love it. It's just like a little, like, I'm alive and well, and sometimes maybe it's a funny thing, or sometimes it's like hey, I'm eating this fancy dinner tonight, or you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's a nice, easy way to stay in touch with people.
It's apparently how all the youngs communicate.
Yeah. Well, I have a streak going. Well, I don't mind telling you, I got an over 3,000 day streak with Kayla.
Whoa.
And I got streaks going with both of my nieces.
Whoa.
Now, they both have questionable Snapchats.
Oh, no.
They are the ones who will send you like a selfie, but they're not in it. And it's like the ceiling tile. You know what I mean? Like, or a snap of the floor of wherever they happen to be sitting.
That sounds like they just wanted to send you a text.
No. I think that's like what kids do. Like it's rude if you open somebody's Snapchat and don't immediately reply. It's called leaving them unread.
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 On.
No, on. Yes. Unread. Like, you read it and you left them unread.
Yeah.
And apparently, I found out that's rude. But then I also later found out that if you're a dad, you can get a pass. You know what I mean? But anyway, the nieces, they reply no matter what. So if they're like in class or something, I'll just get a snap of their floor or the ceiling tiles.
Just say I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point is, but that's like the
Thank
social.
goodness,
That's
though.
the social etiquette if you're under 18.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Whole different world.
yeah. So anyway, welcome to the Penn Snapchat podcast. We're glad you're here.
Thank goodness. Last week was a doozy.
Wow.
Like you were visibly tired, and I'm sure I was too. Just after the trailers,
Right.
And then we still had half
Well, the
the show
whole
to go.
show was the trailers.
Yeah. On the flip side, we don't have as many this week.
It's a light week. We have a manageable amount of trailers, a manageable amount of news, and let's jump right into the news.
All right, let's jump in.
I was privileged to be invited by A24
Yes.
and honored to attend the North American premiere, which I don't know why they call it the North American premiere. Because are you telling me they had a European premiere and an Asian premiere? Like, why wasn't
They
it
do
the
that, yeah.
worldwide premiere?
No, they do it because it releases at different times in different areas.
Okay. I still felt like it was lame. Like, they should have called it the worldwide premiere.
Because it didn't premiere worldwide.
Anyway.
That would have been what some people call a lie.
Well, those people who are hung up on the truth. Wait, isn't that like our whole official motto? Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Okay, so anyway, I'm at this North American premiere
Yeah.
of Spike Lee's new movie called Highest to Lowest, which is currently playing at Penn Cinema in Lidditz, and it's about to open in Penn Cinema in Wilmington. Great movie. Stars Denzel Washington and Jeffrey Wright. It wasn't as off the chart. Like, it's a great movie now that my expectations were adjusted, that it's just another good movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, I heard it was Spike Lee and I heard it was Denzel.
And you went ballistic.
And I went ballistic.
Yeah.
And that first trailer
Yeah.
was
I'll give
insane.
you the first trailer, yeah.
And then you hit the nail on the head. You turned out to be entirely correct. When we watched the second trailer, you were like, "Oh, this is another kidnapping movie."
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what it is. But I will then go on to say, the movie is beautifully shot, incredible soundtrack, incredible acting. It was great. I recommend it. But here's what happened. Me and Amy went, and we got invited to the after party.
Oh, boy.
What's up?
First of all, whoa.
Yeah.
How did Amy do in the movie?
She was amazing.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about because
There's lots of shooting? No?
there wasn't as here's the funny thing. This is we were talking on the ride home. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't more action, and she was relieved that there wasn't more action.
That's what you call a balanced marriage.
That's what you call a perfect date. Yeah, there really wasn't that much shooting. I don't want to give it away, because I do recommend you either come in and watch it at Penn Cinema, or it drops on Apple TV like in a couple weeks. I highly recommend that you watch it. And I will say the first half of the movie is like you're getting there. You know what I mean? And then the back half pays off. If you know what I mean, like don't give up on this movie 20 minutes into it.
Got it.
When there's a lot of like soul searching and drama.
Their marketing is lacking.
Well, yeah.
Because a lot of people that I've talked to about, oh, it's out. And I've said, Highest to Lowest is playing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I'm excited to be at this fancy premiere, and I'm telling all my friends I'm at this premiere, and they're like, I never heard of that movie.
Right. Yeah.
I want to get invited if there's any studios listening, I want to be invited to like the worldwide premiere.
At least tell me it's worldwide.
At least tell me it's even if it's like the Lancaster County premiere. Can we just call it the global premiere, the worldwide premiere of a movie?
Intergalactic
that
premiere.
Everybody, right? Hashtag Spaceballs that everybody's heard of. Like, I want to go to like Amy and I went to the premiere of The Great Gatsby with Leo. We sat in the auditorium with Leonardo DiCaprio and watched this movie. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we went to the premiere of Annie, which wasn't a huge movie, but it was big and everyone knew it was coming out. Yeah. We've been to a few premieres. But anyway, so here's the story I want to tell.
Okay.
This is a great story. This is worth it.
Okay.
So for those of you who are listening in Brooklyn, the premiere was held at BAM Harvey Theater.
Okay.
BAM stands for the Brooklyn Academy of Music, but people just refer to it as BAM. So it's at the BAM Harvey Theater, which is like an old school theater for theater. You know what I mean? And they put up a projector. It's kind of like watching a movie at the Fulton.
Right.
So anyway, we go to this thing, and then afterwards, there's an after party a couple blocks away at what's called the BAM Cafe, which is basically, I don't know what it would have been originally, but it was retrofitted. It's like a gigantic hall that has these lights and a bar, an open bar at each end, and this super cool DJ in the middle. And I want to say there was like 150, 200 people at the thing. Like it was awesome. And I felt completely dorky because there was a lot of celebrities there. There was people, the whole cast of the movie was there. Although I didn't see Denzel. I saw Denzel at the screening, but not at the after party. So he might have split. But the whole rest of the cast, like me and Amy were full on chatting with some of the lesser characters who were they were also just happy to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there was also like all the luminaries, all the big shots, the superstars, and not just from the movie. Then there was like what I would say is it was an East Coast Hollywood party. Like there was all kinds of famous actors from New York City were there. There was a lot of famous people there. A lot of famous people who you looked at that person and you were like, oh shit, that's so-and-so from, what show is that from? Where do we know? You know what I mean? Like you can't remember his name. You probably can't even remember what show he's on, but you know he's famous.
Yeah.
One guy that was there is Mayhem from the commercials, the insurance commercials.
Yeah.
He was walking around. Anyway, so here's the story. So Spike Lee was posted up in this chair up on a little riser.
A throne.
I mean, I didn't want to say it because that sounds snarky, but he was up on his little throne next to the DJ, and he was taking it all in. And this was his world, you know what I mean? And like everybody in there, all the famous people took turns, like he would invite them up, and there was photographers walking around and they would take pictures of Spike with Chance the Rapper and so-and-so and, the other people. And then every now and then Spike would come down, and if he saw somebody new, and at one point, this is true, I have a video of it. At one point, he came down and he was dancing right next to Amy. So we've been telling people like, oh, Amy was dancing with Spike. Well, yeah, but Spike didn't know he was dancing with her. But it was still like a fun moment, and it's kind of cool. All right, so a little later in the party, I'm on the dance floor, kind of chilling, grooving, and Spike Lee comes down and walks right past me, like shoulder to shoulder. Walks right past me because there's some people back behind that he wanted to go say hi to. He's hugging them and talking to them, and they looked like maybe they were his family. I don't know, but they were really cool looking. Everybody in the place was incredibly cool looking. That's why I felt so out of place. They were all just, you know what I mean, David? Like cool looking.
Yeah, it's like when I throw a party.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I'm watching him because, you can't help but gawk, and you're watching him. He's talking to his family, and then I see he's coming back to me. And I'm like, oh my God, he is going to walk directly through me to get back to his seat. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. So I stand up a little straighter. I get my phone out. I'm ready, man. I'm doing this. So he comes walking, and here he is. He's right next to me. I go, hey, Spike. I'm all nice. I got, trying to look all smiling. I've been there. You know what I mean? I've been there, grooving, and I'm participating in this party. I'm having a good time. He comes walking up to me. I go, hey, Spike, we get a selfie? He looks right at me, never breaks stride, and goes, nah. He didn't even slow down. He didn't even slow down. He just goes, nah.
Do you have a smile on his face, you said? Just straight?
No, he was just, nah. Like he couldn't have been less. I don't take, whatever,
But you respected.
Oh, absolutely. I grabbed him by the back of his collar.
Right.
And I was like, hey.
So you should have, you said you fancied yourself up when he came to it. You should take a football stance.
Yeah, right.
That would intimidate. You got to intimidate.
Right, got it. That's my move.
Yeah.
Next, I'll keep that in mind next time.
Okay. Yeah. Intimidation.
Yeah. But anyway, it was super cool. Big shout out to A24.
That's awesome.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the party. Amy and I had an absolute blast. There's another story. I'll just give you the teaser. I'm not going to tell you because it's a little longer. But do you remember the HBO filmed that movie at my parents' house? The show, The Night Of, starring John Turturro? Well, John Turturro was there. So I thought it was my opportunity. So I go up to him and start telling him the story. And he's like, his eye, I guess I approached him with a little too much enthusiasm. I was a little too excited to tell him, oh my God, you'll never guess who I am, you know. Yeah. And he was not impressed, but he was very gracious. He heard me out. He claimed to remember my parents. I don't know if he did or not, but that's what he said. Mm-hmm. And then he was very kind, and we took a selfie together.
Oh, so you got at least one selfie with a celebrity.
Oh, I got a selfie with John Turturro, Chance the Rapper, the guy from The Residence. Who's the guy from The Wire? The main cop guy.
Michael Chiklis?
Wendell Elliott? Oh. Wendell Pierce. Got my... So, yeah, I mean, and they were like... The majority of the celebrities were like... all about taking, I mean, they were taking selfies with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were taking selfies with Spike's family. Like the majority of the people there. The only guy I didn't get a selfie with was Jeffrey Wright. Oh. But I did get a fist bump. Because we were walking like right past each other, and you could tell that he had his eyes like way ahead, like he was trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I could tell that he was moving. By the way, he was amazing in this movie, and his son played his character's son in the movie. So that was kind of fun. So he came walking right past me, and I just gave him one of these, and he gave me knuckles.
Nice.
It was fun. Anyway, so special thanks to A24. I really appreciated the invite. Amy and I had a great time. Slept late the next morning, got some bagels.
Of course.
And headed home.
Perfect.
All right, so that's my story.
Wow.
So from now on, anytime I see someone, I got to assume the football stance, or else they're going to say, nah. I wish I had a selfie with Spike Lee, but it's kind of a fun story.
It's kind of cooler that he turned you down, right?
Nah.
He spoke to you.
I was going to say, that's one more vowel than I got out of Jason Statham.
Right. Or
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Stan Lee's bodyguard said, nah.
Yeah, you didn't even get a direct.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Ryan Reynolds.
Right. Speaking of Avengers.
Yeah. I don't know if you're aware of this, but everyone is in Avengers Doomsday. But just so you know, apparently Ryan Reynolds is also going to be in Doomsday as Deadpool. It's shocking news to
nobody.
People who don't have the internet.
Right. David, I sense some sarcasm.
What?
But I know that's not really your thing.
No,
so.
I've never used it.
Right. So I sense your sarcasm, but I do want to drill down on this just a smidge. Do you have a problem with the fact that everybody is in Doomsday?
No, because Doomsday is leading up to Secret Wars, and what Secret Wars is all the different universes coming together and fighting.
Perfect. Okay, so you're okay with it.
It's part of the assumed story from...
Vanessa Kirby's going to be in it. Pedro Pascal's going to be in it.
Right, all the Fantastic Four.
Awesome.
You have the Fox X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of other...
So this new...
I would imagine Venom would probably show up.
Probably David Moulton.
Yeah.
You know, all the big girls.
The important Marvel characters.
So this movie comes out in December of 26. A year from this December.
Yeah.
Are we saying this movie's going to be the biggest movie of the year in 26?
No, I don't think so. Marvel's fallen off pretty hard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to their advantage, there are only 2 Marvel movies next year.
What's the other one?
Spider-Man.
Oh, a good Spider-Man?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's Marvel Spider-Man, not a Sony Spider-Man.
Okay.
So if that does well, and
could be the return.
In the interim, they don't overflow us with television shows, which we have entered the era that they've been talking about doing for like a year, where they were going to slow down.
Right.
But it just took this long,
right?
Because everything was already in the works to get to the slowdown. So if the slowdown works and it builds up anticipation, it could be amazing.
I feel like it's going to be amazing.
Hopefully. The Robert Downey Jr. thing might get people excited.
Is Masters of the Universe in Doomsday?
No, it's surprisingly not.
That's weird.
Yet. Yeah. Why would you bring up something like Masters of the Universe?
I was just curious.
Are you a big Motu fan?
I absolutely huge. Haven't you seen my tattoo?
Who's the main character of Motu?
Martha.
This is so easy peasy and should be closer to your... Well, it's a little bit late for you, but should be close to your wheelhouse.
The main character is Kristen Wiig.
No. He-Man. Have you heard of He-Man?
Oh yeah, He-Man. Sure.
Well, Masters of the
Yeah.
Universe is He-Man.
Yeah, okay.
That's the real name of the
Right.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kristen Wiig,
Yeah.
who you mentioned, is going
Yeah.
to be playing Roboto.
The guy that you wrote that song about from the 80s.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto. Yeah.
Yeah. Roboto is a character that's a robot man.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it'll be.
Is this movie going to be animated or live action?
Live action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we going to see Kristen Wiig, or is it a voiceover thing?
I doubt it. I mean, she's doing the voice of it, but I mean, I would imagine she's doing a robot voice so that the character is still.
Who's playing
ambiguous.
He-Man?
It's out there. I can't remember.
Timothy Chalamet.
No, no. Actually, it's actually Timothy Chalamet and
Right. Chris Hemsworth.
Oh shoot! I'm trying to think. Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
One of
right.
them plays He-Man. One of them plays Prince. What's his face?
Right.
Before he transforms.
Prince. What's his face?
Yeah.
Speaking of 28 years later, we recently reviewed this movie. Right, it came out this year called 28 Years Later. Did we review it, or did I just watch it?
You watched it.
Okay,
and
and I think I reported really liking it.
right.
Yeah.
And it's the first of a trilogy.
I did. Did we know that?
Yes, and they filmed the first and the second one at the same time.
I don't. I did not until I read this update. I did not recall that it was the first of a trilogy. So
I like that you used the right word, recall.
right.
So that because we did talk about it.
Okay, so 28 Days Later has a sequel coming out called 28 Years Later Part 2, The Bone Temple. For those of us that saw 28 Years Later, the end of the movie takes place in that weird guy's bone temple. So I guess this is going to sort of further explore his thing.
Yeah.
What caught my attention on this news, so wait a minute, what's the news? The news is that it got a release date and that the early screenings of the sequel are getting really big buzz by the industry insiders.
28 years later did well.
Yeah, did really well.
Yeah.
What caught my attention about this news story, it's not really a news story, but the headline was that the sequel is coming out pretty soon. That's in January of 26, and we are currently halfway through August of 25. Mm-hmm. So it's like fall, holidays, boom, 28 years later, the sequel. That feels nice and quick.
That's real quick.
Yeah.
Well, they filmed it together.
Yeah, it's going to be January before we know it.
Watch out.
All right, bring us up on this last little ditty.
Okay, so are you familiar with the movie Superman?
Yeah, I think we recently just watched it. It stars Mrs. Maisel and David Cronensweet.
Yeah, isn't it
Cornsweet.
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 It's still playing, right?
Oh, yeah. I want to say it's like our number 7 or number 8 title. It's still playing a clean schedule in Theater 7 on account of my commitment to the theatrical experience.
Right. So how about the fact that it comes out on digital next week?
You know what else is playing in Theater 8, right next door to Theater 7?
What's that?
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Which is also already out,
Which
right?
also is playing to good numbers on account of my commitment to the theatrical experience.
Well,
and this morning, while I was innocently minding my own business at home, enjoying a nice cup of coffee, trying to be all zen and,
seems pretty rude. Kind of wrecked my day.
Totally
but
chill.
No big deal.
All of a sudden, an ad comes on TV that I should switch over to Prime and watch Jurassic World right now. And I'm like,
Right now.
well, why the fuck am I playing this movie in my theater
Right.
if it's available for free at home?
Well, I don't know if it's for free yet. It's in the PVOD stage.
Gotcha.
And that's what Superman's doing. It's moving to PVOD.
I mean, we've had this conversation any number of times, and I will just use it as another opportunity to plug the fact that good movies, people will pay money to see good movies in a theatrical experience, even when that movie is available at home for dramatically less money.
Right. Relatively. So sometimes it's like $30 to rent at home.
Yeah, but if you got 3 or 4 people watching then...
True. Yeah. Well, okay, so I looked into why this was happening. Because you and I would think, they just want to make more money.
Yes.
But even the majority of like business or whatever, it's been like, why is it so soon? Like it doesn't make sense when it's still raking in the money theatrically. Like, why not wait? And I saw a big conversation that was, of course, with people, our age or older that were saying, like, how things go to home video too soon, and then they complain about it not making money. But it's like, it used to be that there was a buildup between theatrical and home release, and that was mostly because of production time. But but it was like by the time it came out to home release, you were almost just as excited as when you saw it in theater.
Yeah.
But now it's so fast, there's no...
It's like whatever.
It's like, I just saw this.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reasoning that Warner Brothers is giving is because Superman launched the new DCU, or the DCU.
Yep.
And the TV show Peacemaker comes out at the end of August and is the next step, the next thing in the DCU.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure that people see Superman before watching the TV show.
And they don't want people to pay real money to go see it in a movie theater, even though they are a movie theater company.
I think there is a perceived shift in audience as to people who will go to the movies and people who don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Just an interesting side note, because people always like the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I am currently without a rep from Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
My rep retired. Friday was her last day.
Whoa.
So Tuesday, I sent a note to the general mailbox of domestic sales, and I said, who's going to be my rep? And they said, oh, we'll let you know by the end of the day. Never heard anything. Friday, I get an email from my rep saying, it's been a pleasure working with it, like a generic email, to everybody. And she was like, well, it's been a pleasure working with you. I'm so sad to be leaving Warner Brothers after 40 years or some insane long amount of time. And, all the best. And I'm sitting here like, all right, man, Monday's going to be here soon.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess I just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good news.
Yeah.
They only have the biggest movies in the theater. They have Weapons. They have F1 in IMAX. They have Superman. Like, what
do whatever you want, and then whoever comes on.
Right.
Well, per the conversation I had with your predecessor,
right.
This was fine.
Right. You know what it is? You got to be on your very best behavior when you get a new rep, when you get assigned to a new rep, because they're trying to figure you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's their first week. They want to make a good impression. They don't want their boss, to notice anything weird. So they are looking through schedules and bookings and everything. So you got to play nice. You got to help them look good on their first week.
Well, speaking of looking good, Penn.
So in other words, if you have a snarky email about how you feel about Superman being released at home, you keep that shit to yourself this week.
Dun, dun, dun. And that's all the news that's fit to print. Oh, he did it.
It's the double fingers.
He did the double fingers to the sky. Ben, let's move on to trailers.
Yes, David. We have 6 trailers this week. I think they're all pretty good.
There's one I would say.
Yeah,
is
there's
not
a couple
so great.
questionable. Yeah, okay.
Let's start off with my trailer of the week.
Okay.
Marty Supreme.
Also my trailer week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, A24. This is a story about a gentleman who is a ping pong champion and rises to stardom in the ping pong world, and how that does not affect the real world.
Right.
and he's like wants to be a big star, but he's a ping pong star.
Right.
So.
This movie looks absolutely incredible. It comes out at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like random movies that I think is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. I actually really liked the trailer for this. I really like it. It's just like, he wants the different color ping pong ball, and they're like, that cost a fortune. And they're like, well, this is Marty Supreme ping pong. It's got to be different.
So I watched this trailer with Amy.
Yeah.
Which was really fun. I watched all these trailers with Amy.
Oh, really?
And it was really different way to see the trailers. And when we watched this trailer, she said something that caught me a little bit off guard. She goes, oh, that looks great. I really want to see that movie. And then she goes, I love sports movies.
Wow. That must have been tough for you.
Would you call this a sports movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that tough for me?
It's a sports movie.
No, I don't care. She can say whatever she can think whatever she wants. It's a free world. Live and let live, baby.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I didn't have a problem with the comment. I was a little like, I didn't think of it as a sports movie. I thought of it as like
which is funny because the premise of the whole movie is how This sport isn't taken serious as a sports movie.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here going, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it hit home.
All right, so I just proved the whole point of the movie.
Right,
All
exactly.
Salud. Next up, we have, am I wrong? Is this Scarlett Johansson's first directorial?
I don't think it's her first one.
It's not her first, but it is directed by Scarlett Johansson. It's from Sony Pictures Classics, who only makes good movies. And the movie is called Eleanor the Great.
This looks fantastic.
This is a close runner-up, but Amy and I both said the same thing. We can't possibly watch this.
It looks, it's going to be heavy.
You are going to be sobbing.
Yeah.
I teared up just watching the trailer. Like, legit.
Really? Well, I watched the whole time I'm watching. I thought this is a tearjerker.
Yeah.
On multiple levels. It's got father-daughter relationship, lost spouse and mother relationship,
lost best friend relationship.
Yeah, dealing with mortality. Mm-hmm. You know, what do you do with all your time when you're old?
Right.
But you're still mentally capable.
Yeah.
I think, is this the same girl that was in that movie that we both thought looked hilarious but didn't watch, where it was like an old lady on a motorized scooter?
Yes.
And her friend, and they just like went on a trip on their scooters or something.
Yes. The actress whose name I don't know, might be Delma or something like that. Derma. She's
fantastic.
I was just gonna say, you recognize her, you know her, but we don't know her name.
And you know, it's two friends who living with each other in retirement.
Like full on elderly friends.
Yeah, who whatever their family dynamic, they wound up living together for 11 years before. I'm assuming one of them dies.
Right, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, and she's like, you live with someone for that long, and you start to forget where you end and they start.
That's how I feel about you.
Yeah. Makes sense. Some people call us a podcasting duo, and I'm like, is someone else there?
Right. Oh my God. All right. Are we still going to be doing the show when one of us kicks it?
I mean, hopefully.
Oh my God.
Last show at the funeral. The first one it goes.
And I'm wait a minute, what?
Amazing Grace starts playing.
Right. Speaking of dying, the next trailer is called Dead of Winter from Vertical, and it stars Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
This ended up looking better than it started. Or maybe I feel the other way. I don't know. I had mixed feelings about this. Like, there was moments during this trailer where I thought, ooh, this could be really good. And there were moments where I was like, ugh.
Run me through this one, because
this is the old lady who goes up to the Great White North in the far reaches of somewhere. I don't know if it's Canada or Alaska or wherever, but she's like, maybe it's Minnesota, like dead of winter. She goes up there to spread her husband's ashes, and while she's there, she witnesses a guy shoot a girl and take her as a kidnapped victim.
I missed this one.
You missed this one.
Somehow I missed this one completely.
Okay, so she cleverly, follows him and then pretends to be looking for directions and goes to his house, and she can see blood on the snow, and she can see the guy's gun on the dashboard of his pickup truck, and it's like obvious that there's like something wrong. And she pulls up and pretends to be asking for directions and talks to him, and he gives her directions and all that. But then that's sort of where the trailer stops, and then it's a sequence of shooting and stabbing and wrestling and pickup trucks blowing up and pickup trucks getting pushed into the lake and a kidnapping victim in the basement with duct tape over her mouth. And like there were moments where I was like, this is going to be brilliant, and then there were moments where I was like, oh my God, what are we doing?
How did Amy react to this one?
Well, she didn't watch it. I mean, she was watching it, but she did not. There was too much shooting.
Too much shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one. I don't want to call it iconic moment because it's a forgettable trailer, but there was one moment from the trailer that actually really stuck with me, which was the kidnapping victims in the basement, and the woman is outside, trying to free her or trying to do whatever, and she writes in the frost on the window a message to the kidnapping victim, and it says, "I won't leave you." You know what I mean? Like something like that. And I thought it was powerful. Like it was a powerful message that Emma Thompson was committing to this victim. Like, hey, even if you don't see me, I'm not leaving. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I need to do to get you out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was honestly, David, if I come across this online, I think it would be good to watch.
Okay.
But it's not going to get booked at any of my theaters. I'm not sure where it's going to be released theatrical, but it looked pretty good. I'm kind of a sucker for movies that take place in like a harsh winter environment. Like there's something dramatic about that appeals to me.
Is there an Iron Man in the winter?
No, there is, but not an Iron Man branded. It would just be called like an extreme triathlon. Right. And there are, but they're tricky because you can't really bike in the snow. That's why the real Ironmans all happen in the spring and summer.
Put skis on either side of the bike.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, cool. All right, next up we have It Was Just an Accident, which I have to ask you, did I put this on here or did you put this on here?
I did.
Okay. Because I thought I put it on there and took it off. But I think it was a mix of we crossed paths.
Maybe you put it on there and then you saw that I had put it on there.
Yeah,
so
that might have been
off.
it too.
Yeah.
So, but I did watch it. This is a foreign film based in Middle Eastern country. I can't remember which one. Do you know the premise of this movie?
No. I mean, I watched a trailer.
Right.
But is it based on a true story or?
No.
What do you mean, do I know the premise? Or is this like one of those funny things where like Penn doesn't understand the trailer?
No.
Here's what I think. I think they kidnapped the wrong guy.
Right.
Is that what happened?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
So you don't know either.
Yeah. The thing is, this trailer makes this look like a serious, like what do we do?
Almost like a war drama.
Right.
Almost.
But the synopsis of the movie is a comedy, a dramedy. So the premise is a man who spent some time it just says in a prison, thinks that the guy who visits his shop all the time is the same guy that used to torture him in a prison. But he's not sure. So then he convinces a bunch of other people who were in the prison with him to kidnap the guy they think may have been the guy who was their captor. And then once they capture him, they debate whether or not if it's really him. But then they also have all these car troubles and trying to drive around and figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's the comedy part.
Right.
Because they show them like pushing
right.
it.
And for some reason, there's a bride involved.
Yeah, I think that's how they capture him somehow.
What movie did we recently watch?
She's one of the ex-prisoners.
Where the girlfriend kidnaps her boyfriend.
Oh, I didn't get to watch that. That's the one where she like ties him up and then he wants to break up and she's just like, well, I'll just leave you here.
I forget the name of that movie, but this had a similar vibe, but it had the look of a wartime drama.
Yes, that's
like it was weird.
The trailer did not portray the comedy that the synopsis gave. Right.
But there was one point where they're literally burying this guy alive. He's got duct tape over his mouth and he's tied at his hands and his feet, and he's in a shallow grave, and the guy's throwing dirt on him. Like he's he's been throwing dirt for a little while and he's pretty well covered. And then he's like, "What does the name Abdul Sahad mean to you?" or some, whatever name. And the guy in the grave is, or maybe I guess the guy in the grave didn't have duct tape on his mouth because the guy in the grave was like, "Dude, I have no idea who that is. It doesn't even. I have no idea what you're talking about." And he's like fully in the grave under dirt.
Right. I think that's when they think he does.
And then the guy with the shovel is like,
maybe this isn't the right guy. How far do they take it?
Right, exactly. It looked like
fine.
I mean,
it's the weakest of all the trailers.
No, it's the second weakest of all the trailers. But my thing is, and I know that I say this too, like I give too much credit or too much blame, but the movie's coming from Neon.
Yeah,
they make good movies.
They do.
Like my God, so. I think it's if they wanted to book it at Penn Cinema, I would play it.
Okay.
But also, I'm not like gonna go seek it out.
But are you gonna play Neha 2?
Yes, Neha 2 tickets are on sale now.
Say.
Yeah.
That was big, first one, right?
Yeah, it
was big enough.
They're trying to tell me this is gonna be just the massive next big thing, and pre-sales do not indicate such.
Interesting. All right, next up we have The Man in My Basement, which is one we watched a teaser for. This is a much more extensive trailer with a little bit more mystery than the first one.
I would argue that this is the weakest trailer of the week.
Interesting. So, okay, in speaking...
Maybe Dead of Winter.
As far as you go, trailers that make you want to watch the movie.
Okay.
I think it was just an accident is the weakest one, as in like it didn't really make me want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
As far as how it makes the movie look, like is this going to be a good movie?
Yeah.
I would probably say it's probably along the same lines.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a good movie.
It has Willem Dafoe, who, you gotta have
gotta have respect.
It's rated R for graphic nudity, and I feel like that's going to be Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah,
he's nuts in this. His character appears to be completely off the chain. So I'm picturing him like running around naked with a steak knife, like trying to stab the homeowner.
There's apparently, because the teaser showed a lot more like witchcraft and stuff in the basement, and him being naked and maybe demon possessed or something. Yeah. Well, this trailer made it look like he just locks himself in a cage down there or something. So,
does he lock himself or does he get locked?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a cage, and the trailer shows both of the characters in it at some point.
Interesting.
So I don't know.
Last but not least, we have Rabbit Trap from Magnolia Pictures, which comes out September 12th. And this movie, I mean, if you're literally going by, does the trailer make you want to see the movie, I would put this as my third or fourth number. Like, this was not as good as Marty Supreme or Eleanor the Great, but this movie, this trailer with Dev Patel, who can do no wrong.
Yeah.
This trailer made me want to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Big time. It's not even my type of movie. It looks scary as hell. But I think, it looks great.
Premises here is, it's all about sound.
Yeah.
And he finds this circle of stones with a weird noise coming from it. But for whatever reason, the weird noise makes you like very happy and giddy. And he kind of broadcasts it or something. And then another lady hears it and follows it and shows up.
She's a forest fairy. She's a fairy.
I don't think she's the fairy.
I think she is. I think she was like called by the secret like sound, like he unlocked. And I don't think she's good. Like she appears to, her initial presentation is like this cute, fun little, sidekick. And I think she ends up tormenting them. But as we said, we don't know. And it makes you want to see more. It makes you want to learn more about this movie. I look at the schedule for September 12th. I'm thinking about reaching out to Magnolia because this is one of those titles that like it doesn't automatically get a theatrical release just because a studio that small sometimes doesn't have the distribution arm to pull it off. But I know people there, and if I can reach out to one of them and ask, they might book it in Lidditz.
Nice.
So yeah, I would play it.
Cool. All right. Well, this week our trailer of the week is Marty Supreme.
With a close runner-up from Eleanor the Great, I highly recommend you watch both of those trailers.
For sure.
Especially Marty Supreme.
Yeah. There you go. Just that relaxing move into the next.
Our quality of life has dramatically improved.
In the last couple seconds.
Since you introduced that sound effect into our repertoire.
It needs a fart at the end, if you ask me.
All right, now this week last week we gave ourselves a variety of options. Yes. And I have to admit something to you. It was my intention. I thought it was going to be cool. I was intending to watch all those movies.
Wow.
Americana, Nobody 2, East of Wall, and there was one other one on there.
Highest to Lowest, you saw that. So.
And Highest to Lowest, yeah. Anyway, so what did you end up watching?
I watched Americana.
Sydney Sweeney. And who's the guy?
I forget.
If I didn't ask you, you would have known.
But it also stars Halsey.
Halsey, yeah. And I watched Weapons, the horror movie that literally everybody is talking about.
Yeah.
Like this movie, you and I kind of poo-pooed it, and we were kind of like questioning, like I didn't appreciate that it was going to be a real big deal. And it is a big deal. It's still our number one movie for 2 weeks in a row. I bet you it's going to be number one next weekend. It's having a great IMAX run. And it's getting a lot of buzz. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to watch Weapons because I was just really curious about it.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Best movie of all time.
Yeah.
I give it The Boat.
Whoa.
And The B-Moat.
Whoa. B-Moat.
The B-Moat.
Yeah.
I give it The B-Moat. And With that being said, if you're into it and you're interested and you're curious, go see it. But it's not the level of, like, I'm not calling any of my friends and being like, dude, you got to go see this movie. Like, you got to get it. Like Sinners, I was like telling people, get in here before it leaves the theater. You know what I mean? Like, you got to see Sinners. What I will say about it is Julia Garner's amazing. Josh Brolin is amazing. The guy who played the principal, who's our guy from...
Benedict Wong.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Benedict Wong.
Yeah. He was amazing. And there was another fourth character, main character, who was also really good. This movie is pretty long, and I hardly blinked. You know what I mean? Like, at no point did I check my watch. I was fully engaged. It's funny, I talked to somebody who didn't like the way they... So the way they present the movie, I really liked, which is like... Almost like, you know, in a Quentin Tarantino movie where there's like a chapter marker?
Yeah.
You know? Let's
just say spoilers so you can talk about stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that it even matters because I don't follow the movie close enough to give it away.
Wow.
So spoilers.
So there's a reason it's a number one.
Right.
Penn didn't even pay attention.
Right. So the first chapter is the storyline, the initial storyline from Julia Garner's perspective. Second chapter is the initial storyline from Josh Brolin. Third one is Benedict Wong. Fourth one, is the kid in the movie. And it's done in a way that each story kind of so in some cases you see the same scene a second time, but from a different character's perspective, which I thought was really fun, like really good storytelling. And so anyway, it turns out that all these kids are drawn to the one kid's house because his aunt is some kind of like witch. Like,
yeah, but she's not really his aunt.
Right. Who is she?
She's a witch that just kind of moved in and assumed, like...
But the mom and dad told the kid the day before, Aunt so-and-so is arriving tomorrow.
Yeah, the idea that, from what I've heard, is that she, like, replaced the aunt.
Oh. So she killed the aunt somewhere and then showed up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anyway, I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
I would say the highlight of the movie is Julie Garner and Josh Brolin. And there's a guy, like, just for an example, another reason why I love the movie. There's a guy who plays a cop, and there's a guy who plays a drug addict, and there's some subplots, you know, in that. And there's a scene where Julie Garner's in a liquor store, and you can see in the background that this woman is approaching her. And because Julia gets out of her car and this other woman gets out of her car and then she walks in the store and the other woman's walking behind her and she walks into the store and the other woman walks in and like with each shot, the other woman gets closer and closer. And then the other woman finally like jumps on Julia and like starts screaming at her. Well, here it turns out, because you thought it was going to be like some kind of monster or demon or, you know, some kind of crazy thing, because this is before you know anything about the aunt and stuff. And it turns out that this is just a woman who Julie Garner slept with her boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some love story type of thing.
Yeah.
But the scene is like great. You know what I mean? Like, it's really well done. The actress who plays the scorned wife is really good. And the scene is like crazy and insane without being like stupid. You know, and like she takes a bottle of vodka and whips it open and just like pouring it all over Julia Garner, like just like crazy. You know what I mean? Like really. And then Josh Brolin actually happens to be in the store because he's following Julia Garner, so he bursts in and like grabs a woman off of Julia Garner, and it's a whole big thing.
Wow.
Anyway, so I don't know if I've done it justice.
How did you feel about the ending? So I have probably absorbed more about this movie than actually if I would have just sat down and watched it.
Okay.
How did you feel about the ending? Because I only know one other person who saw it in theaters. Their review was, I wasted my time and I shouldn't have seen it in theaters. But everything else I heard is positive.
Yeah.
They all praise the ending for two different reasons. One is they like that it doesn't have a happy ending. And the other one is people that like that it's unapologetically funny.
I didn't think it was funny.
Apparently, ripping the head off, people find that hilarious.
So the ending, as long as we're like fully in the spoilers here, is all the kids who are kidnapped from the classroom get freed, but before they get actually freed, I think it's Julia. Somebody,
Not a kid. It's a kid.
the kid
Yeah.
casts a spell and directs all those kids to go kill the aunt.
Right.
Which they do. And before they get to her, there's like a couple minutes of them screaming and yelling and chasing her through, which I thought to myself, that must have been so fun to shoot. Like those little kids were having a riot.
Yeah.
You know, and they were running, jumping through glass windows and trampling living rooms, and like it was wild. And then they all jump on her like a pack of wild wolves. And to your point, they rip her head off or whatever. I don't know. I didn't think it was funny.
Apparently, so people who are horror movie people who are reviewing this movie online think the ending is funny because it's not as, like, I guess, horror as you would think.
Okay.
But then other people don't even talk about that and talk about how when it's over, like nobody goes back to normal.
Right.
Like you're either completely brain dead or you just never talk again.
Right.
Type of thing.
No, what I will say this about the ending, as Hal Lord would say, I would say this about that. I appreciated the fact that it was a definitive, unless I'm like completely insane, this is a standalone movie. There won't be a Weapons 2.
Right. I think that's,
you know,
from what
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I respected that. And, you know, it would have been frustrating, I think, if the aunt sort of somehow did a double take or, you know,
got away
somehow, and you know, then the town was all happy because she was gone.
Yeah,
this was much more like, to your point, it was like burnt down and trashed, and there was a lot of damage, you know, after everything, and there won't be a Weapons 2. But no, I don't know, I thought it was great. I don't know why you need to see it in IMAX, but
this is something I'm still considering watching, even though I know
people are going crazy for it in IMAX.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's where it's selling the majority of the tickets is in IMAX.
That's crazy. I can't imagine, like, why. Well, not that he, you know, is not like a visually intensive.
We love IMAX, but it doesn't fit my category. I like IMAX movies that take place at water or in space or, you know, big open air, you know, something like that. This doesn't have that, but I don't know. You know, people love IMAX. The sound is great in IMAX.
Enjoy it,
yeah.
right?
All right. What about you? You saw Americana.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I love this movie. It's also presented in a part 1, part 2 type of scenario.
Oh, nice.
Where it follows a certain each like chapter follows a certain set of characters or an object or something. It felt like a very early 2000s indie film. The acting is great. The premise is great. It's difficult to nail down when it's supposed to take place. Like it I guess you could say current time, but you say current time, but then all the vehicles are very, you know, aged, and I think that's just supposed to show they're from like a poor part of Arizona, Texas.
Okay.
It's hard, deserty place. Plot of this is it's in the trailers. There's a Native American heritage a shirt.
Ghost shirt, right?
Yeah, they call it the ghost shirt. And one guy hires another guy to steal it while the waitress and another guy overhear it, and they want to try and steal it from the people who stole it and then sell it, because they also overhear the guy who paid the guy to steal it is only paying the guy to steal it $10,000, but he is getting paid $500,000 to whoever he's passing it on to. So there's a lot more money if you cut the two people out, a lot more money to be made. Anyway, it's got some humorous parts on top, and then there's another plot of a mother who's trying to escape an abusive relationship, who happens to be with the guy who is being paid to steal it. And then she has a little brother who's actually her son, who thinks he's the reincarnation of a war chief. Oh, yeah.
I remember him from the trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he goes off on his own little adventure. Hold on. I got to change my glasses.
Okay.
I'm going to put my snooty film critic better than you.
Oh, yeah. Love it. He's got his pinky out.
Penn, when you look at it this way, all right, this is a much better movie,
Film.
It's a much better film than F1.
Oh.
And surpasses it in its artistic presence. Well, F1 is just formulaic zooming for the easily entertained.
Fluffy, if you superficial. if you
Yeah,
will.
superficial driving.
Right.
For the
One might even say a popcorn movie.
a popcorn. Now, what I am getting at is I think that this is a better movie than F1 for
That's an incredibly random comparison.
for my movie of the year
Movie of the year.
so far.
Wow.
I'm not like I found this movie way more entertaining and compelling, even though it kind of loses it at the end. Then I would watch this movie again before I would watch F1 again.
I'm going to watch it.
It's good.
I can't wait to see
I'm
it.
hyping it up way too much. Like don't go off of my hype because
No,
I think
I
that
don't-
you'll enjoy it, but I don't think you'll think it's better than F1.
No hype.
But to me, this movie, like I left like F1, I was like, oh wow, that was really surprising and that was good, and it was like a real big blockbuster show of a film. But like, I really like these small indie films, like The Whale. Like that's kind of
right.
As much as I love Marvel and all those kind of things, like
Daddy-O.
like these are like what I
No,
really,
I know.
yeah.
I'm with you too.
Yeah.
I mean, I fully agree.
It could easily be beaten with another movie in this genre that's better done.
Right. Like for example, Marty's Supreme.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Weapons is B-Mote and Americana is B-Modi.
Yeah. Bimati.
Best movie of the year.
That's right. And this is another one that people haven't heard of. Just like
Yes.
East or Highest to Lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Amy like this movie?
There is shooting in it. There is a shootout.
Shootout.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I would say no.
All right.
Well, I don't know. We'll talk later.
All right. Well, that's our reviews. Come on out and see Weapons in IMAX and Americana in Theater 11.
Yeah. For one show. There was some decent amount of people in the theater with us. I mean, for Theater 11.
Yeah, you must have been in the one show people came to. It's going to hold over for one show a day.
Okay.
One matinee a day. So come on out and see it if you want to see the best movie of the year.
Next year, this next movie could easily beat out this one for my.
Oh, yes.
It's Honey Don't.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to review
Margaret
next week.
Qualley and Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
You and I have been hyped for this movie ever since we first saw the trailer. I'm already in love with both of them. I can't wait.
You know what I'm also getting excited for, but I can't never remember the name, which is what the real reason I looked ahead, because I wanted to make sure we weren't missing it.
Caught Stealing.
No. Caught Stealing is actually pretty low on my list.
Oh, I am hyped for Caught Stealing with Austin Butler.
Yeah.
I am hyped.
But I'm hyped for the gosh, why can't I think of his name? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah?
He's in the movie where him and his wife are getting the divorce.
Oh, The Roses.
The Roses.
Yeah, that does look like
that
fun.
looks really good.
That opens next Thursday, the 28th. Opens the same week as Caught Stealing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel might be the superior movie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
Well, this is that time of year. And this is kind of my favorite. I think we haven't talked about this in years, but when we first started, I remember talking about, I love this time of year and also January, February, because you get kind of mystery movies.
Yeah.
Studios don't quite know if the movie is awesome, but they know that it's like pretty good, so they put it in like late August,
Right.
Or early September. September is full on mystery. You could get some real winners in there, even if they do poorly at the box office. I mean, Americana is a great example. You get this incredible movie, does poorly at the box office, but it doesn't change the fact that you got to go watch this incredible movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great time of year for all these kinds of movies. We're talking about Americana, Caught Stealing, Honey Don't, The Roses. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Downton
And
Abbey.
are you hyped for Demon Slayer?
Well, when does it come out?
September 12th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am, because I've watched the whole series up to
And
this
I think
point.
it's all in IMAX too. Or I mean, it's also in IMAX.
Nice. Yeah. No, I'm definitely looking forward
Are you
to
going to watch it in Japanese with English subtitles? You watch it in dubbed.
I watched the whole series and stuff. I used to really like watching things subbed, but I am at the age where I just want to not have to think as much when I'm watching the show. And I know the more you do it, the less it takes to think, to read, and pay attention to what's
Yeah.
happening on the screen. but I am just at a point where I just want to.
Well, if we have any passionate Demon Slayer fans, let me know your opinion on the dubbed versus subbed split.
It's people have hard opinions.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We're currently heavily favoring the subbed format.
Really?
Because that seems to be what people like. Although, I did have a guy, he was pretty irritable. I don't know why he was irritable, but he could have just asked for it. He demanded a refund because he bought a ticket that turned out to be subbed. And he wanted to go to dubbed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's different in the theater because the text is bigger.
There's no need to demand things.
No.
You could just say, hey, I bought a ticket to the wrong... We get an email every single day from somebody saying, hey, I bought a wrong ticket to the wrong show or something like that. Can I either get a refund or change it to Wednesday or, whatever? And 10 out of 10 times we say, sure, no problem. Here's your...
Yeah.
Either your money back or we'll change your seat or change your showtime. And it blows me away when people come at you immediately with, confrontational.
Yeah. Literally how we became friends.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Because for those who don't know the story, before digital was when it was just premiering.
Right.
It wasn't in every theater. And Batman was the Dark Knight, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Was one of the big first all digital films. And I bought a ticket to the digital premiere. And when I came, it was before, I think it changed after I said
before reserve seating.
Yeah, and I think you changed policy, or not policy, the way you did things afterwards.
Yeah.
But the way that it was done was the way it was always done. You had a ticket, they just filled it, they put you in whatever theater, and then once that was full, they opened up the next one and put everyone in that theater. And as a result, I wound up watching it on film and not digitally.
That's not what you wanted.
But I had bought a ticket for digital. So I sent a message. I said, Penn, I demand.
Right. I remember that. I think we have it framed.
Yeah, I demand. Yeah, no, but that was what initially started our conversation. So, all right. So next week we're going to be watching Honey Don't. Are you ready to move on to our listener feedback questions?
I thought you'd never
so
ask.
This one comes from
Dave.
First-time writer / verbally.
First-time writer, never-time listener.
Never-time listener.
Dave Lost at Sieglitz.
Yeah.
Writes in, wanting to know what I thought of the Grateful Dead movie.
Yeah, what did you think of the Grateful Dead?
David, Amy and I watched the Grateful Dead movie in IMAX on opening night, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Now explain this movie to someone who doesn't know what it is.
Okay. In 1974, the Dead announced that their 5-night run at the Winterland, which is a performing arts venue in San Francisco, they announced that their 5-night run at the Winterland would be their last shows, and that they were hanging it up afterwards.
Did they really?
They did not hang it up afterwards, although they did take a year off, in fairness to them. They literally played like a handful of shows in 1975. Anyway, in 1974, they had these last 5 shows, and somebody was like, oh my God, we got to film this. So they did, and then Garcia and Phil edited it and put it together and made it into a movie called The Grateful Dead Movie, which was released in 1977. The Grateful Dead Movie was my first exposure, other than listening to their music on tapes. Grateful Dead Movie was my first exposure to how thrilling a Grateful Dead concert could be, and how exciting and what it meant to be a Deadhead and what the full experience was. And the movie includes interviews, it includes behind the scenes, it includes backstage, it includes interviews like unrelated to the concert. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of like really interesting clips. So for a young guy just soaking up everything, it was an incredibly powerful movie for me. Amy and I went and saw it on Thursday night in IMAX. And I don't mind telling you, David, I got a little choked up. I was not full on crying, but I was like definitely tearing up and wiping away tears because the music means so much to me. And to see the film, and it was so good, and the sound in IMAX was unbelievable. To see it presented that way, and what got me emotional was I was thinking back to the kid who listened to the tape, and had the video, and all that has happened since then, because my predominant memory of watching that movie is watching that movie thinking to myself, all I want in this life is to see a Grateful Dead concert. You know what I mean? And of course I ended up going to tons.
Yeah.
So that watching this movie and having that thought caused me to reflect on all the incredible times that I had with the band and and the various concerts, and of course the times that Amy and I shared at concerts, and then of course the incredible life that Amy and I have had together, and it kind of brought me around full circle to like, oh my God, I'm sitting in the IMAX building that I built, with my wife watching this movie that when I was 14, started off this crazy journey. So did I like the movie? It was awesome. Like it was awesome, and it looked great in IMAX. And everyone who was there seemed to have a really good time. And Amy and I did Scoot right after the credits. So they showed. Deadheads will know this reference. They showed China Rider, like a bonus content. That's a song. That's actually a pair of songs. They showed bonus content after the movie, but we left when the movie was over. I don't know why. For some reason, I was just kind of not in the mood to I don't know. I didn't feel social at the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes I wanted to just scoot.
Yeah. I got you.
Sometimes I love being the guy in the lobby, talking and shaking hands and hearing stories.
Sometimes you just, nah.
Yeah, sometimes nah. Exactly.
In that moment, you were like, Spike Lee, I get you.
Yeah, I get you, Spike. Yeah. All right, so thank you, Dave, Lost at Sieglitz. I'd be really curious if Dave wants to write a podcast at Penn Cinema. We got that new email address after, you heard from him, through social media somewhere else.
It was clear we needed a new email address.
Right. So then that caused this whole retreat that we had. We went up to that monastery in upstate New York, spent a few nights there with the team, and everybody came together and came together with the podcast at penncinema.com, which I think is going to really help.
When you talk about revitalizing and revolutionizing,
that's
podcast at penncinema.com.
Cutting edge.
It's what's doing it.
People are going to write books about our process.
That's for sure. All right, let's move on, and because I have this undying question in my mind.
Dying.
That's dying, yeah. What is death? But also, Penn, what's up with you? Oh, my man is more than just relaxed. He's got his feet up, his hands behind his head. He's just laying back.
Just lounging by the pool.
Taking in the sun in the office.
David, I already told you I came and saw the Grateful Dead movie in IMAX. I already told you I saw Highest to Lowest in Brooklyn. What I didn't tell you, until this very moment,
right now,
what you never knew until an hour ago when you read the show notes.
Yeah.
I finally got on the bandwagon. Amy and I are watching Seth Rogen in the studio.
Oh, I hear that's good.
It is really good. And it's not what I think I said to you, I was worried, sometimes working with the studios can be incredibly frustrating. And what I was worried about is that they were going to glamorize the people who make my life so difficult on Mondays. You know what I mean? This is not at all that. This really, it's kind of fun for me because there's some jargon, there's some industry jargon that I can actually really relate to, and it's clear that the people who made it literally know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's very authentic and good. But the point of it has nothing to do with what I do. You know what I mean? It's really on the production side about making movies.
Right.
But it turned out I was worried about nothing because it's just a great show. It's I wouldn't put it up there as I would put it up there as a show that I recommend you watch. But it's not it's not going to be an all-time, unless it continues to get better and better. It's not going to be one of those Severance or Mrs. Maisel or something like that where you go back and rewatch it a million times.
Is it a lot of yelling?
There's a lot of high energy.
Yeah, I think the review I saw a while ago was that they liked it, but it was too much yelling.
Well, the episode we watched last night was with Ron Howard. He played himself, and who played? Shoot, I'm gonna blank on the guy's name, but he played a small character in the Avengers movies. Not Hawkeye. Anyway, the two of them, and at the end he rips Seth Rogen a whole new one. and it's like just classic hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's up with you?
Let me tell you what's up with me. Kind of a boring week.
I love it.
In that I'm watching things that I like, but it's more of the same. Strange New Worlds, Dan to Dan, which I've taken to trying to explain to people, which is almost as fun as watching it because it's batshit crazy. And a lot of ER. I'm at the point where I had my first major lead character leave
Oh no,
the show.
not G. Clooney.
No, George Clooney's not the first one.
No, I know.
AKA Doug Ross, Dr. Doug Ross, pediatrician.
Snap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody wrote in. Last week I asked the audience to help me name what was George Clooney's biggest role. What is he? He's obviously one of the A-list superstar movie stars.
Right.
And we all know him from Ocean's 11 and ER. But that Ocean's 11 can't possibly be his most
He was
famous.
Batman before Ocean's 11.
Yeah, but Batman, I reject Batman as his iconic. What's his most iconic role, best role, most famous role? Like,
Here's the thing. Nobody wrote in, but I was at a pool party yesterday, and it was the topic of conversation.
G. Clooney.
Are trying to figure out.
Okay.
It was brought up.
Okay.
Wasn't Penn trying to figure out?
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything they said. It was the Abacus, and then everyone was like, "Well, what is it?" And we were looking it up, and the only thing we could think of was Three Kings.
No, that's a smaller movie than Ocean's 11.
Which I thought about. Yeah, but pre-Ocean's 11.
I'm saying I'm not putting a date to it. I'm saying in the totality of George Clooney's
in the totality of George Clooney's
career.
Yeah.
What's his biggest movie? And I'm not talking box office numbers. I'm talking what makes him the A-list superstar that he is?
Oh.
Like you look at Matt Damon and you're like Good Will Hunting.
See, here I thought you were trying to say what was the movie that made him A-list.
No, because that's clearly Ocean's 11.
I think the answer to both of your questions is Ocean's 11.
Okay.
I thought you were saying what was the movie, his first movie that rocketed him up, because I always assumed he got Ocean's 11 because he was already rocketed up, which is why I keep saying Batman.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that if that's your line of thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Lots of ER.
Yep.
Too much ER.
Yeah.
One might say.
No,
or not enough ER.
No Star Trek?
Was Strange New Worlds is Star Trek.
I know, I'm teasing.
Oh, my word.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
word.
Get out of here. I saw a shirt this week that was the star, the old logo, but it said Star Trek.
Right.
And I was like, ha, perfect.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, Dad.
Got it. All right. That's about it. Next week, we'll be back with Honey Don't. Look, if you want to be a part of the show, the best and easiest way to do that is to write us at our new email address we made for Dave Boston Seelitz, podcast@pencinema.com. But if you want to support the show, Penn, what would be the number one way to do that?
Well, a lot of weeks I have a suggestion, but I feel like I'm pigeonholing people.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to present it with options.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is like a create your own ending. There's 3 options. The third option is tell a friend.
Right.
Okay. So if you don't like the first 2 options, then you can tell a friend. And if you don't have any friends, tell us, because we're your friends. We're happy you're here.
Yeah.
All right. The first option, send a note to George Clooney asking him what's his biggest movie.
Yeah.
And tell him to reply to podcast@pencinema.com and let us know what he thinks his biggest movie is.
Yeah.
Right. Option number 2, reach out to Spike Lee's people and thank him for including Penn at the party. And ask him to write podcast@pencinema.com why he didn't give Penn a selfie.
Yeah. Well, no, I would say ask him to write in and explain how nah means I love you in your movie.
Nah.
That's a term of endearment, right?
Clearly I misunderstood. Fort Greene in the house.
All right. Well, once again for the Penn Cinema Podcast, I'm David Bolton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. What's up?
What?
I wanted to do that at the beginning. I was planning all day that when you started, instead of saying what's up, I was going to say take care and party. So anyway, and on 10 catch 'em.
Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.
That was awesome. Good. Yeah. Great. I'm happy.
It's a cut.